Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to look at the Saturn's transit into Pisces. Saturn is going to move here on 29th of March 2025 and will stay here till 23rd of February 2028, barring 3 months time between June to October 27 when it will be moving into the Aries sign. So Saturn transits typically lasts around 2.5 years in each zodiac sign, making it the longest lasting transit among all the visible planets. And as such, Saturn's Mahadasha or Antardasha, these transits are known to bring about the major life transformations in the individual, especially in the houses in which Saturn is transitioning through. So when Saturn is transitioning in the Pisces, Pisces is the 12th and the final sign of zodiac. So it represents the energies of the 12th house because it deals with isolation, spirituality, imagination, hidden talents, and subconscious realm. Pisces also governs areas such as foreign lands, closures, hidden matters, and the spiritual self. And the ruling planet of Pisces is Jupiter, which holds a neutral stance towards Saturn. Jupiter brings a higher understanding of philosophy, expansion, and growth. So this transit promises to offer profound insight into the area through which Saturn is passing through. Saturn is the planet of discipline, responsibility, and structure. So it interacts with all these ethereal realms when it is passing through the 12th house. So let's look at each of the ascendants one by one and see how this transit is going to impact each of the ascendants. So for Aries ascendant, the planet Saturn is going to transit through your 12th house. 12th house deals with foreign lands, spiritual growth, losses, and closures. So this period will be on focusing and closing the old chapters. You may feel a strong urge to retreat into spirituality and may find yourself drawn to foreign lands, whether through travels on your own or via relocation, because there are a lot of people who are also keen to immigrate. So this transit is about releasing the old attachments and dealing with the unresolved issues. Your career may shift towards the Pisces related themes such as spirituality, imagination, or even exploring the international ventures. Health and financial matters should be monitored because Saturn is a malefic planet and it is passing through the 12th house, so there could be unexpected expenses or hidden cost associated with this transit. This is a time for releasing old patterns that hold you back from your true potential. And Saturn transitioning through the 12th house is all about giving you that experience of sense of closure. Saturn helps balance your past debts. So whether it is financial, emotional, or related to your karma, Saturn is going to aspect the second house through its third aspect, and a lot of effort and a hard work will be required by you in order to manage your relationships with your family members as well as efforts to grow your earning potential. So this transit is also about striking a sense of balance at your workplace, especially if you are doing a job, and your focus should be on higher learning throughout the next 2.5 years. So what are the key themes that one can associate with Aries ascendant people via this transit of Saturn in Pisces? First of all, spiritual growth and emotional healing would be one of the themes. Ending and closures would be another theme. You will be able to close a lot of things that have been going on since the last 2.5 years. You will be facing your subconscious fears and your limiting beliefs, and a lot of hard work will be required to overcome them. So these are some of the key areas where Saturn is going to give you the results in the Aries ascendant. Now coming to Taurus ascendant, for your ascendant, Saturn is going to transit through your 11th house of gains, desires, and income. So it is going to encourage you to focus on the long term goals and enjoy the hard earned success that you have earned over the last 2.5 years, because when Saturn was transitioning through Aquarius sign in the last 2.5 years, it has put in an immense amount of work pressure on you and you have literally burned the midnight oil. So after Saturn moves to the 11th house, it is going to give you all the rewards that your hard work deserved over the last 2.5 years, and this is also a time to enjoy your hard earned success. This is a transit where you will require significant effort to maintain your financial gains. because there is not going to be any shortcuts. So wherever Saturn passes through any house, you have to put in a lot of effort related to that house, and the significations that are indicated by that house, they improve their quality because you put in the sufficient amount of hard work. So your connection to elder siblings or colleagues may also face challenges due to the stress or the health concerns. So you need to be prepared to work hard and invest time in professional subjects or projects, especially those related to entrepreneurship or large organization. So if you are running your own business or you are heading a large organization, then you will have to spend a lot of time interacting and improving your network as well as your image amongst these people. Long term, the rewards will come, but only if you remain persistent and disciplined. So, this period may also see you revisiting your philosophies, especially in areas like religion or higher education. Again, a lot of effort will need to be put into structure or streamline your thoughts and for developing your personality. So effectively this is also a good time for personality development, but again Saturn never gives anything easily, so you will have to put a lot of hard work even to develop your own personality. This is a time when your relations with your in-laws are going to be tested, so you need to give them the highest priority in the next 2.5 years. This is also a good time to learn astrology or any subjects that explores the depth of human psyche. This period will bring a focus on your social circles and connections, potentially testing the strengths of your friendship and alliances. So you may encounter restrictions or feel like some friendships are becoming more distant or require more effort. Going to be a time when you will be re-evaluating your friends, who truly are your friends versus whom you think are your friends. So that is a realization that you are going to arrive at after a lot of pondering. It's a good time for re-evaluating your goals and aspirations, especially those that no longer align with your deeper values. This transit will challenge you to get serious about your dreams, making sure that you are aligning them with practicality and long-term vision. So some of the key themes for Taurus ascendant would be the long-term goals and aspirations, how you want to see yourself few years down the line, re-evaluating your friendships and social networks, and it is also going to test your commitment to your dreams and hopes. For Gemini ascendant, Saturn is going to transition through the 10th house of career, status and higher authority, and it's going to bring a lot of focus on your work life and public image. Saturn, whenever it transitions through the 10th house, it puts in a lot of pressure on the individual to perform in their professional domain. If you are clocking say 8 hours earlier, Saturn will force you to clock 12, 14, 16 hours. The amount of pressure that Saturn puts on the natives when it passes through the 10th house is immense, because it wants you to improve in your work environment. It wants you to improve your skill sets, so you will need to put in a lot of extra effort at work, possibly facing career challenges or changes in your professional responsibilities. There may be tensions with authority figures or even issues concerning your father. So this transit is going to push you to take your responsibilities seriously, with also the possibility of career changes or shifts. With Saturn's influence, career advancement will require a steady, disciplined approach as well as a lot of patience, because these are all the things that Saturn stands for. This could be a time when you receive recognition for the past hard work, but it could also bring challenges that require you to work harder, especially if you have been avoiding responsibilities. So, this transit has the capability to turn you into a workaholic, because Saturn is going to put in a very heavy workload gradually. The focus will be on setting solid foundations for long term success. Saturn will push you to develop more patience and have a strategic thinking in your public life as well as in your career trajectory. But this transit is a time when you need to put your focus on relationship with your spouse or partner as a priority. You cannot ignore them in any scenario, because a lot of times what happens is that person gets so much lost in their professional arena that they start ignoring their family members, especially their spouse or partner. So you will have to find out a way to balance your relationship with your spouse or partner along with managing the increasing workload. So this is where the real challenge is going to come in for the Gemini ascendant people. So if we talk about the key themes for Gemini, then career and professional growth, managing authority at the workplace, managing your reputation and your public life. These are all the themes that are going to be in play for the Gemini ascendant people, and of course, along with maintaining their relationship with their spouse. So, for Cancer ascendant, Saturn is going to transit through the ninth house of higher learning, spirituality, and philosophy. So, the focus is going to be on your educational or spiritual journey for the next 2.5 years. You may feel drawn to explore different belief systems or embark on a long distance travel to gain wisdom and understanding. But there will be some stress surrounding the authority figures or career matters, especially your relationship with father is going to see a change. This is a great time for educating yourself on spiritual matters, but you need to remain very cautious of overextending yourself. Saturn's influence may push you to question your existing beliefs and ideas. You may feel compelled to engage in a more disciplined study or consider serious travel plans, especially those that involve foreign cultures, religion or philosophy. And you may even see your worldview may undergo a shift as you explore a more deeper and a more serious belief and a knowledge system. So there could be a sense of limitation or restriction regarding travel or higher education, but all of this will ultimately help you to build a strong foundation for your long term goals. A lot of effort would be required on growing your social network as well as working on improving relationships with your elder siblings. The theme that should take the highest priority for you would be your health. So try to build a stringent routine during the next 2.5 years of this transit of Saturn and stick to that routine. The focus should be on servicing others at the workplace and build habits that would take care of your health. And your health is something that you should be giving the highest priority in the next 2.5 years. So some of the key themes for Cancer Ascendant would be higher learning and academic pursuit, long distance travel and exploration, looking after your health by maintaining a rigorous routine, and spiritual growth as well as philosophical expansion. For Leo ascendant, the Saturn transit is going to occur in the 8th house of occult mysteries and sudden events. So this transit is going to bring a focus on the transformation and the hidden aspect of life. Leo ascendant people will feel a push towards research, occult studies or even mysticism. But this transit of Saturn is offering an excellent time for deep inner work or exploring transformational fields like psychology or metaphysics. And on the downside, this period could bring stress in relationships, especially with the family members of your spouse. It could also mean a stress with relationship with your spouse itself, because Saturn also is the ruler of 7th house, and further Rahu will also be transitioning from here. So you have to be very cautious in dealing with your spouse as well as her family. You need to be aware of any potential power struggles and ego clashes in the intimate partnerships. Now, there are times when we see that your business partner and you are also very pally. So, not only that, but your rapport with your spouse will also be under the scanner. So, this transit could manifest in changes to your financial situation, especially the ones that involve shared resources like loans, taxes, or inheritance. There is a possibility that you have taken a joint loan with your spouse and then you will see trouble as far as paying back that loan is concerned. Maybe your spouse will expect you to take the entire workload or the other way around. So all these things are something that you will face during this transit of Saturn. You will also be faced with confronting your own fears, because 8th house also showcases deep fears that are seated in your subconscious, and issues related to intimacy, control, or even emotional vulnerability is something that you need to watch out for, because Pisces again is a water sign, so it showcases emotional vulnerability. This transit is asking you to embrace deeper levels of responsibility, not only in the professional side, but also in your finances, things that are related to your psychological healing. And while it may bring challenges, it can also lead to profound transformation and personal growth, because 8th house is the house of transformation. So the key is to embrace change and be open to personal transformation. A lot of effort is going to be required in your professional space to build your leadership skills further. Leo ascendant anyways are natural leaders, and people usually give them the respect that they deserve, and leadership is something that comes naturally to them. But in the next 2.5 years of transit of Saturn, you will have to put in a lot of efforts in order to develop your leadership skills further. So it is also a good time to go for a higher education, but the domain that needs to look after as the utmost priority is your focus on your children. That is, if you have any, they should be prioritized over everything else during this transit of Saturn. And any kind of challenges that come regarding your kids, they need to be faced immediately by you. In fact, they need to be given the highest priority even over your professional career in the next 2.5 years. So key themes for Leo ascendant would be the transformation, letting go of the past, how to handle shared resources and financial responsibilities with your spouse, how to look after your kids, how to understand your own emotional depth and the psychological healing part. So these are some of the things that Leo ascendant people will see as key themes in the next 2.5 years. So for Virgo ascendant, Saturn is going to transition through the seventh house, and seventh house indicates marriage, partnership, and businesses. So the focus is going to be on your relationship with your spouse or with your business partner. Saturn is known to bring a lot of monotony and boredom into the marriage life of an individual. So if you have Saturn posited in the seventh house in your birth chart, then married life of such people is extremely boring, because Saturn is all about handling responsibilities and a strict routine. So the fun factor is something that gets thrown out of the window. So this period will bring stress or challenges in your romantic relationships, because romance is something that will be renounced by you. In fact, you are going to stick to a daily kind of a routine when dealing with your spouse, and this may become a very frustrating situation for both of you. Except to confront issues in your relationship that require patience and compromise, the rest of all will be left as it is, and as a result a lot of frustrations will be seen with your spouse. This transit also highlights communication difficulties and the need for clarity in all of personal interactions. So you may find that relationship will require more work and effort during this transit of Saturn in the next 2.5 years. A lot of effort will also need to be put in from your end if you want to grow your higher learning, as well as your relationship with your mother. So your peace of mind, domestic environment, and your relationship with mother is something that should be your highest priority for the next 2.5 years. By highest priority, I mean any kind of a challenges that come in as far as these three things are concerned, they needs to be dealt immediately. You cannot ignore them for a long term. So this is how the transit is going to work out for the Virgo ascendant people. Now coming to Libra ascendant, Saturn is going to transition through your sixth house of work, routine, health, obstacles, litigation, enemies, and diseases. So you need to build a very rigorous routine for the next 2.5 years. The entire focus should be on discharging your daily responsibilities and looking after your health. You may encounter challenges at work if you are in a service oriented industry. You may face conflicts with your colleagues or in managing the work related stress. So it is important to stay disciplined and adopt a practical approach to your health and work routine. So by rigorous routine, I mean maintaining a routine where you do activities at the same time every day, work for a restricted number of hours, and try to strive that work life balance. And this is something which every Libra ascendant person strives for naturally, because the Libra sign is all about the balance that is going to be there in the life of an individual, whether it is a balance between your family or a professional life, or balance between your personal and professional life. Libra is all about balancing. So that's why I said that you need to bring a practical approach and stick to a daily calendar. This may not be a good time for new relationships, because Rahu will also be transitioning through the fifth house of romance. So again, Rahu creates that kind of a fog in thinking of an individual, and you may fall in a new relationship which may not work out later on, and you may even regret it. So that is something that you need to avoid as far as new relationships are concerned. In this transit may also bring in disputes or misunderstandings with others, because sixth house is all about fighting with enemies and handling the misunderstandings. So focus should be on self care and working diligently through the obstacles, and the rewards will follow. But a lot of efforts will be needed to put to learn things that are related to research, astrology, healing sciences. So all of these people who work in these domain, they will find the next 2.5 years to be of extreme hard work. This, it will be a taxing scenario, but the focus on the next 2.5 years should be on time management, building a strict routine, working on your communication skills, and on focusing on relationship with your younger siblings and neighbors. This is a time to pay attention to your health, because Saturn's transit from the Pisces sign demands you to give up on all kinds of intoxications, including alcohol, non-vegetarian food. And Saturn highlights areas that need improvement or that are currently neglected. Libra is again ruled by Venus. Venus is a fun-loving planet, so not as much fun-loving as a Taurus ascendant, but Libra ascendant people also love to eat food. They also love going out, dressing up, and a lot of problems occur because they are not able to control their dietary habits, because the other sign of Venus falls in the eighth house. So all of this needs to be brought under a strict discipline. That is what is Saturn's demand while transitioning through the sixth house. Sometimes people may feel that they are living like a monk. That kind of a discipline is needed. You will also face limitations or delays in your work environment. You will see that you're putting in a lot of efforts, but you're not getting any kind of a reward. No promotion is happening, no substantial increments are happening. All of those things are bound to come, and the magnitude will be higher, especially if you are undergoing Saturn's Sadesati or Saturn's MD during this transit of Saturn in Pisces. But all of these challenges will ultimately encourage you to develop better systems and create a more stable and healthy foundation for the future. Saturn's transit is to challenge you. So whichever house Saturn's transit through, they will challenge you on the things that are indicated by that houses. You will put in extreme amount of hard work in order to address those challenges, and you will come out as a better person. So this is what Saturn demands from you: complete attention on your routine, looking after your health. Key themes for you for the next 2.5 years would be work life, health and daily routines, how to strike that balance, discipline and efficiency in your habits, managing stress and physical well-being. So these are all the themes for the Libra ascendant. For Scorpion ascendant, Saturn is going to transit through the fifth house of education, creativity and romance. So this will lead to focus on learning and personal growth. Your romantic life will face challenges, with relationships being potentially cold or stressful. But on the brighter side, this transit is going to bring in a great period for education, particularly in the creative or spiritual fields. There may be focus on children and family matters, because Saturn here is going to test your commitment to family responsibilities. You might feel like your creative projects or romantic relationships are requiring more work and effort, and you may be called to mature in how you express yourself. So if you have been avoiding responsibilities in these areas, Saturn is going to bring these issues to light and urging you to commit to a more long-term planning and growth. If you are involved with children or have kids at home, Saturn may bring a more responsible, structured approach to parenting or to matters related to children in your life. This kind of a transit could also indicate a potential career shift related to educational or spiritual pursuits, but a lot of effort will be required for by you to maintain your marriage and your relationship with your spouse and partner. It could be a personal or a professional partner. The focus on the next 2.5 years will be to grow your wealth and maintain good relationships with your family members who may become very demanding and test your patience in the next 2.5 years. So what could be the key themes for the Scorpion ascendant? Some of them could be creativity and self-expression, romance and love life, responsibilities in the matters of children and creativity, how to manage your spouse. All of these things will be in focus in the next 2.5 years. For Sagittarius ascendant, Saturn is going to transition through your fourth house of home, mother, mental peace, emotional security, and is going to bring focus on the family matters and your living situation. So, this transit may bring emotional stress related to family dynamics, especially concerning your mother. This transit will prompt you to get serious about your domestic life. You may face challenges or restrictions regarding your living situations, family matters, emotional stability of your home life. So your home is going to become your focus area during this transit of Saturn. This is going to encourage you to create a solid foundation for your future by reassessing your relationship with your home family as well as your inner emotional world. You might feel the need to put more energy into building your physical home or strengthening the family ties, but there could be a sense of limitation that will force you to reevaluate what truly brings you emotional security. You could also see a shift in your home environment, or you may even move your home in the next 2.5 years. You will start to feel a little bit of distant from your relationship with your mother, but this period offers an opportunity for emotional restructuring. Saturn here is going to challenge you on all the things that are indicated by the fourth house. So you need to use this time to cultivate emotional stability and nurture your personal space and relationships. A lot of effort will need to be put in by you for improving your health, and you need to follow a rigorous schedule as the best way to enhance your health. The focus should be on developing your personality, and any kind of a course or program that helps you to know yourself would go a long way in reshaping your thoughts and the life path. So, what are the key themes for you? The key themes would be a complete focus on your home and emotional stability, figuring out whether your foundations are and what does the emotional security means to you, taking complete responsibility for your family matters as well as looking after your health by following a rigorous schedule. These would be some of the key themes for the Sagittarius ascendant people. For Capricorn ascendant people, Saturn's influence is going to be on your third house of communication, effort, and short journey, and is going to bring a focus on your personal growth as far as your communication skills are concerned. As Saturn moves through your third house of communication, learning, and local environments, this is going to be a time for you to refine your communication style, thoughts, and learning processes. You may find yourself taking a more serious approach to your education, whether it is formal or informal, and it could be a period when you focus on gathering practical knowledge that will serve you long term. Saturn may also test your relationship with your siblings or neighbors, requiring you to work harder to maintain clear communication and understanding. There could be limitations or delays related to travel or short term projects, but this transit helps you to build a more structured way of thinking and communicating. This is going to encourage you to work hard in areas like business, writing, or counseling. There may be challenges with siblings or difficulties in communication that will require a lot of patience and understanding. Your efforts will need to be sustained over a long period to see tangible results, because Saturn's job is to challenge you in the houses that it is transitioning from. So in this case, it is going to challenge you as far as your communication skills are concerned, or your relationship with your younger siblings or neighbors, and you will have to put in a sustained effort over a very long time frame, because Saturn wants you to become better at all these things. So travel may become an important part of this transit, either for business or personal growth. And again, perseverance and courage is something that you will have to resort to during this transit of Saturn. A lot of effort will go in managing your relationship with your children, and this is going to be a very hard working transit for all the students who belong to the Capricorn ascendant. So what are the key themes that could be associated with your ascendant? Key theme could be communication and learning, siblings and local environment, and short term travel, as well as your interactions with your neighbors, looking after your relationship with your social network, your friends. These could be some of the key themes for your ascendant. For Aquarius ascendant, Saturn is going to transit through the second house of wealth, family, and speech, and is going to bring a focus on finances and family matters. This is a period where you will need to work hard to manage your resources and save money. Financial discipline is going to be the key, because Saturn passing through the second demands you to bring in a restraint as far as your finances are concerned. You need to look after the challenges that are related to spending or lack of resources. The stress in family relationship could also arise, and this may require a very careful handling on your part. This transit can push you to reassess your financial priorities and your values. A lot of effort will go in building a property, maintaining a positive domestic environment, and on acquiring peace of mind. So this is a transit which you should utilize to grow your social network, prioritize your relationship with your elder siblings, and any kind of opportunity that may provide you gains that should not be left out, and you should be on an active lookout for any such kind of opportunities. So key themes here for the Aquarius ascendant people would be finances, possessions, and personal values, building long-term financial stability, and re-evaluating what you truly value in your life. So finally, for Pisces ascendant, Saturn is going to transit through your first house of self, personality, and life path. This is a transformational period for you, focusing on your identity and life direction. You may feel a strong desire to redefine your life path, questioning your purposes and values. Relationship, particularly with partners, may face significant challenges requiring realistic expectations and hard work. So, this transit marks a new beginning and can bring personal growth and self realization. Health and wealth matters should be monitored, as Saturn's influence can bring both challenges and rewards through discipline and perseverance. Saturn directionally loses strength in the first house, and a lot of Pisces ascendant people will turn their backs to the society and will become isolated. This is a transit where you need to put in a lot of efforts on building your communication skills, as well as on improving your relationship with your younger siblings. The responsibilities in your professional domain will demand the highest attention during this transit, and if you ignore them, then you will pay the price. So this is an area that should be given the highest priority in the next 2.5 years. Pisces is the sign of subconscious, it is the last sign in the zodiac. So any kind of a spiritual related activities, meditation, yoga, it is going to help you immensely in redefining your life path, in understanding yourself better. Saturn's transit through the first house means the time for personality development. It wants you to grow as an individual in your thought process. So this is something that will be one of the key themes for the Pisces ascendant people, the self development and identity evaluation. Along with this, Saturn will make you more responsible and mature. It is going to redefine your approach to life and appearance. At the same time, you should not lose your focus on the responsibilities in your professional space. They should also be given equal importance in the next 2.5 years transit of Saturn.